Jock Market. Make real money every second of the game.
Corey, Nando, and Friends. Presented by Mayo Media on Bettor Sports Network.
Ryan deep in the pocket, steps up, throws the ball middle of the field. That ball's going to be intercepted. Intercepted in between the hash marks. That is Caden Stearns with his second interception of the game. Ryan lifts the knee, snap clock at 5, pressure on the way. Ryan in the pocket will be hit and sacked back at the 45. Fifth sack of the night by this Broncos defense, Browning and Chubb.
The Colts coming off the edge with a blitz. They can't get home initially, and they finally finish them off. It's Dio and Dangbo back to the 20-yard line. A loss of 6, and Dio quiets the crowd with a big-time sack in the fourth quarter. Wilson fakes it to Gordon. In the pocket, throws upfield, picked off by the Colts into the end zone, and the Colts are still alive. It's Stephon Gilmore, ninth in front of the pass, and the Colts will take over a touchback into the end zone. Interception, Stephon Gilmore. Shotgun snap, Wilson looking, dancing, scanning, throws into the end zone. Broken up! It's broken up! The Colts win! Ball game! Stephon Gilmore with the pass break it! Ball game! I-N-D-Y! Colts win! A fourth down stop in overtime!
Corey, Nando, and Friends. Presented by Mayo Media.
Welcome, everybody, to the aftermath. Corey, Nando, and Friends, presented by Mayo Media Network, sponsored by Jock Market. How about that, Corey?
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, man. Woo, I tell you what, that was tough to get through last night. I'll be honest with you, I actually changed the TV a couple times, started looking at some preseason basketball, which I've never done before in my life. But that was pretty pitiful display of offense last year. That may have set the forward pass back. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying.
That may have set back the forward pass. That may have set back offensive football in this league 25 years. That was a horrific performance all around last night by the Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. Looking at the schedule before the season started, we got a good Thursday nighter, two AFC contenders.
Right.
Do you get to that Thursday
Matt
night?
Ryan against Russell Wilson, new teams, great wide receivers, high-powered offense.
Two of the biggest pickups of the offseason.
And what did we get?
A dud, a 12-9 dud. Shout out to everybody that tailed me on the Indianapolis Colts. You welcome. Sprinkle the money line. You welcome. You know what I'm saying? You welcome.
What a guy.
Welcome.
And hey, John Legeza gave us Eric Saubert.
Did
as a play for Jock Market last night, and
I did Mike Boone on Jock Market. I made $40 on Jock Market last night.
Right on time. Plus, you doubled the deposit you got matched. So you're what?
I don't know how it happened, but I don't know. I was
looking
at it. I couldn't figure it out what happened, but I saw that I won some money, so that worked. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, thanks to the Colts and Broncos radio network for we're calling the lowlights of
for real
of that game. So Corey, I think the question going forward, and we gotta look. I know it's tough. We got a 3:00 show, so this has probably been done to death if you're just joining us and you've been listening to this stuff all day. But we're gonna try and keep a somewhat original spin on this. One, going forward, if someone's like, "Listen, your Superflex league, I'll give you either Russell Wilson or Matt Ryan," who would you want?
You would hope you take Russell Wilson because you would see him turning it around quicker. He has better weapons at his disposal, right? He's been an MVP caliber player before. Well, Ryan's actually won an MVP before, though.
I mean,
but Ryan's got a bad offensive line, limited weapons, and Ryan. I think Ryan. I would take Wilson over Ryan, but man, the fact that that's close is not good.
What are we even talking about? I can't even think of how far down. And this is only if you're in a regular one quarterback league, and you have Russell Wilson as your quarterback. I don't know. We were saying drop Allen Robinson a couple weeks ago. Is it time to drop Russell Wilson?
Yeah, well, you probably can't cut him because it's not like anybody gonna go pick him up. He's a quarterback. He plays a position where most fantasy rosters you only starting one.
Yep.
You probably don't have more than two on the roster. If you ask me who I want to have on my bench, Trevor Lawrence or Russell Wilson, I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Russell Wilson is pitiful. Russell Wilson has been pitiful.
I mean, like we're hearing a lot of Geno Smith today. A lot of people are, conflating the two, obviously, because he's the Seahawks. Yeah, all of a sudden everyone's a Geno. Yeah.
And you was Geno Smith. You was the first Geno Smith guy. Now everybody's a Geno Smith guy.
I actually think.
Spare me.
Yeah, that guy Chuck Modi from the New York Daily News was ahead, and I think Gene Clemens and I actually were holding hands talking about Geno Smith at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't want to bogart all the Geno Smith, told you so.
No, but you deserve a piece of that Geno Smith action because you were there, but you certainly was on that train before I was.
There's plenty of room.
And people were talking about it. Social media can be such a wasteland. You wait last night, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was in unison about how pitiful that game was last night.
Right.
And then you get up this morning and you get on it, right? And it's how pitiful that game was last night. All of a sudden spun into personal attacks on Russell Wilson. And I'm like, listen, I'm not a Russell Wilson guy.
Right.
You never really going to see me and Russell Wilson in the suite together. You know what I'm saying? But like the person.
If he invited you up, you'd be like, yeah, actually, that may be kind of fun.
If he invited me, I would go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. I'll sign that NDA. I'll go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But like the takes this morning was kind of overly personal. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, well, when did we get into this realm of this category right here to where now everybody like is against Russell Wilson? Is that like a cool or trendy thing to do?
I think
it's one thing to hear like, I'm a character. You know what I'm saying? I talk about everything, make fun of everything, no malice. I can see the cats on First Take. You know what I'm saying? Not Stephen A. He's too TV savvy to make it sound personal. You know what I mean?
I think Stephen A. also has a heart and a sense of like, this is a guy who's getting hammered right now. I'm not going to go too hard on him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He still has to talk to these people for his lifeline,
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Well, I guess he doesn't have to, but I'm sure he likes to. He went through it in his younger years.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
and he's been somebody who has had personal attacks made on him as well. So when I saw the personal attacks this morning, I kind of was like, oh, that's not nice. You know what I'm saying? To handle Russell Wilson like that. I understand he's down. He's having a bad time right now, a bad go at it. But now we kicking Russell Wilson when he's down. And I'm just like, to me, that was kind of cringy. And then the main one, Nando.
Yeah.
And this could just be me right now. I could be going into a personal side of my analysis. The guy from Good Morning Football. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of his. You know what I'm saying? And I rarely watch Good Morning. I don't ever watch Good Morning Football.
Not since Kay Adams left.
Especially now that Kay Adams left. I found Kay's show on TV last night, and I set a reminder I put it on my list of stuff that I record. Nice. So I'll be checking out Up and Adams a little bit later on, right? Over the weekend or something.
Let's get her on. Let's get her on. Let's get her on.
Should get her on. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Go. This is momentum. Go.
That guy, Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football. Right. So what I don't like in like the media is like the dude who becomes like the voice of the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the guy who's going to be, something's wrong. Somebody in the league can call somebody in the media and get a message out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It can be like the league's influence or the league's mouthpiece.
Yeah.
To me, Brandt came off as that guy doing the whole Deshaun Watson saga. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like, and Brandt was like, he really went real personal on Watson after it came back that Watson had what was it, a 4-game 5, whatever the short suspension was, right? Like Brandt like really took heart to that. And to me, he kind of took it a little bit too far. The thing with the Watson suspension was it was like all the noise about how wrong it was came from the media. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never like a regular person like, oh yeah, that's messed up. It was the people in the media that was saying that. And then one day Brandt went on this rant, whatever. He got up on his little soapbox, you know what I'm saying? And he like tore into Watson. And I get it, you know what I mean? But it sounded like the NFL was like, yo, we need you on our side. We lost this case, whatever. And he did it for like 4 minutes. Then the next day he did it again. But like with the same words in reverse. Like somebody, like a producer said, oh, that was so poignant. We got to do that again. Let's do it for the NFL again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he was like, moving the magnets around in the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. It was a word salad where he just basically repeated. It wasn't poignant. It was nothing poignant about it.
Right.
It was a hit. It was an attack. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And then today, you know what I'm saying? I clicked on the video, and here's what Kyle Brandt was saying today.
I think Russell Wilson is one of the least authentic personalities we have in this league. I think Russell Wilson is a poser. And that doesn't mean he's a bad person. I actually think he's a good person. I think he tries to be something that he's not. And when you make the $245 million, you either got to be a really great guy with the locker room who loves you, or you got to be an amazing player. Brady, who makes half of what Russell's making, is both. Rodgers, MVP. Patrick Mahomes, both. Allen, people love him. He's amazing. Kyler, we'll find out. Russell Wilson, first of all, the NFL, the Broncos fan base has no history with him. They have no allegiance to him. This is not a Seahawks thing that they drafted him. They grew up with him. He's their guy. None of that. You know, I work the NFL honors. I work the red carpet. Kelsey comes by, Rodgers comes by. Russell Wilson shows up with his sunglasses and his wife, and I think they're Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they will literally put their hand up and say, "No, we're not talking." Why?
Because you're Kyle Brandt. That's why.
Cool and you're that famous. You're that
because
amazing.
You're Kyle Brandt.
So perfect.
Well, you're not Howard Cosell. You know what I'm saying? You're not Kay Adams. You somebody the NFL stuck up there, and then you got the audacity to talk about people. You know what I'm saying? Like calling somebody a poser. You're a poser, Kyle. I seen you doing the gritty in London. Is that who you are? Nando, what is this guy talking about? When did the analysis of the game become Russell Wilson is the most inauthentic person in the NFL?
I don't like how he's like, oh, you know, Russell Wilson's a great guy, and then he just goes on to say how not of a great guy.
How terrible he is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who does him and Sierra think they are? Jay-Z and Beyonce? Well, they closer than you. You know what I'm saying, Kyle?
I don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce do that either, though.
Exactly. If they're going to be there, they're going to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they was talking to some of the stars of NFL media. Maybe they was getting ready to go meet with Rich Eisen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they was going to meet with Stephen A. or some big time person, and not Kyle Brandt, who sit up there and take orders from the league.
Maybe Brandt said some bad things about him, or maybe they made some jokes about Sierra on air before they didn't like. You know, maybe
so. Maybe you're right. That could be the case. Well, people in the media, you know, celebrities, you know, pick up stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand
the publicists,
people really have that same thought process about Wilson that Brent is saying.
I like how we think Kyler Murray we're going to find out about too.
Yeah, exactly. See, you know how he threw that in? Now, I've been talking about Kyler, but I got facts on Kyler Murray. The Buda Baker thing, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The letter he sent to the team in the offseason, that's a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all this other stuff, it sounds like personal. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that at all about some of the commentary I was hearing on Wilson this morning after the bad game. The guy had a bad game. Cool.
Well, he's had a lot of bad games.
We know that. He had a horrible game. But now it's just like, oh, he had a bad game, but he's a poser, not Jay-Z and Beyonce. He made me mad. He didn't answer my phone call. I texted him, he didn't text me back. I'm like, dude, where did all this come from?
Sounds like a lot of, I mean, let's see who he likes. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Travis Kelce, Josh Allen. Who else? Like Sam Darnold? Like, you know, like
we'll find out about Kyler Murray.
We'll find out about Kyler Murray. Lamar Jackson, no. Why didn't you bring up Lamar Jackson? Everyone seems to love Lamar Jackson. Why didn't you bring him up?
Everybody loves Lamar Jackson. Never heard a person say a negative word about Lamar Jackson. Never. Somebody got mad at him last year. Florio was mad at him. Not our Mike Florio. NBC Mike Florio was mad at him because he didn't take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was upset with Lamar about that. But, you know, other than that, all the talk about Lamar has been good. I just be like, Kyle Brandt, I thought that was lowbrow. I thought what he did with Watson was lowbrow. And I don't like that type of cat that sounds like he is a mouthpiece for the league.
He was so since we started doing the show, because I know you like to talk about this stuff, and I feel bad that you're like, oh yeah, I saw that too.
No, it's all good, Nando.
This morning I watched some of the morning shows, you know, like, and I watched some of that. I didn't see this part. I watched some Good Morning Football. I watched Skip and Shannon, which, dude, and then I watched Carton. Let me tell you, man.
Yeah,
Skip and Shannon. I liked that show. Like that show, man.
It's a good show. Skip.
Good Morning Football, and I watched Good Morning Football a couple weeks ago, and I remember like it was him. Like someone was doing these, you know, they're doing like highlights, like Monday morning highlights, putting their own spin on them, and he was doing the Chris Berman whoop whoop, you know, that kind of stuff when the guy moves and jukes. It was annoying. It was very grating, man. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you just
Well, football. Good Morning Football was good when it was Kay Adams and Nate Burleson, and Nate Burleson would do toe drag swag. That was good. I used to like that Good Morning Football. But this Brant, I can't watch it with this Brant on it. You know what I'm saying?
I guess he's kind of like last man standing. Kind of.
Where is he
show,
from?
you know?
Where is he like a Ryan Seacrest type? Like he don't even seem like NFL media. Did he used to play? Where's I don't know enough about his background or anything like that. I'm like, why is he up there? Not saying it should be me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure he's got a Wikipedia page. Kyle Brandt. Wikipedia. What would you like to know? Well, I'm gonna guess that he's from California. He seems like he's got that vibe.
100%
Like he's one of the
California dude. Yeah.
I bet she's got an IMDb page. I bet she's in a couple of things.
He might have been in a couple of things. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was like
the left tackle. Illinois.
Maybe he was like the left tackle and Remember the Titans.
Executive producer of the Jim Rome Show from 2009 until 2016. He's also known for portraying Philip Kyriakis on the NBC soap opera Days of Our Lives.
Oh my God!
And starring on MTV. Oh, here's your answer, Corey. Starring on MTV's reality television series The Real World Chicago.
Yeah, you see, there you go, right there. Now, you see what I'm saying?
That's Kyle
bought, sold, and paid for. You know what I mean?
And
bought,
guess where he went to
sold,
college?
and paid for. Huh?
He played a running back for the Princeton Tigers.
Oh, he played a little Ivy League running back. Okay. All right. Well, I give him his football props for that. He did play college football. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit up here and lecture me on Russell Wilson, Kyle Brandt. You don't have no heaven or hell to put nobody in.
After the show, after MTV's Real World Chicago, he moved to Los Angeles, California to pursue acting. We got him figured out.
So, but see, he went from, I guess, an actor who played Ivy League football, put him on Good Morning Football. You know what I'm saying? Like Days of Our Lives, you know what I'm saying, in the real world. And now you lecturing football fans about Russell Wilson. Stop
I did not.
with me.
When did you stop watching The Real World?
Oh, I may have stopped watching The Real World. I watched the first one. The first one had Heather B. Then it had the girl that married Kenny Anderson.
Yeah,
I may have got to season 5 or 6.
This was season 11.
Yeah, I was going by then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember any of this, so I was too. I was long gone.
Heather B is our friend.
Is she? Let's get her on sometime.
Was you with us? You was doing, you know how you wasn't in the studio you wasn't in Avenue of the Americas. You always were at Joe.
I was over in Jalk in the little room. Yeah.
Heather B came on Roto Experts one time. She taught us. She gave us recipes for Super Bowl drinks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm reading about Kyle Brandt. All right, we gotta put this
Don't
away.
get Kyle Brandt on the show. Yeah, don't get Kyle.
All right. Anyway, that's kind of
But yeah,
that's who's yeah.
But then we did have, you do mention Shannon and Skip, though. You know what I'm saying, Nando? And I just love Shannon because I'm like, we live in America where they can put the countryest man Shannon Sharp is as country as a buttermilk biscuit from the dirt roads of South Carolina, and he's sitting up there, and it's nobody can understand a word. I'm sorry, I don't mean, you know what I'm saying. But here's we got the audio queued up in the back. Here's Skip Shannon and Skip this morning.
Every time I turn around, Bronco country, let's ride. Bruh, the car broke down. You not riding, you walking. So how the hell you gonna talk about let's ride? Your car broke down. Either you out of gas or the car need repairing. But Russell Wilson has got to play better.
The car broke down. You know what I'm saying? The car out of gas. Let's ride the car out of gas. Oh man, I can't believe it. We've come a long way to where Shannon Sharp can be on a major television channel in a prime time spot like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
So I started thinking, man, like I think it was like Skip Bayless they didn't say this, but it brought me like to that next point. Like Russell Wilson, man, if he's just not, they kept replaying. Actually, Shannon Sharp made him replay over and over again. Russell Wilson dodging a hit, like on that interception that he threw. That bad interception that he threw, like he was about to get hit, and he ducked. He threw off his back foot, like he was afraid to get hit.
You think he's playing hurt?
Well, either he's playing hurt or he's playing like afraid. Like I don't like if he gets concussed. Like what am I going to turn up on the other side? He's probably he's smart enough. I think someone like Sierra is like, yo, don't be an idiot. You know, like you got all this money already. Why don't you Andrew Luck this?
Do
and
you
so
think?
Thinking, like, why
I think now we're getting into deep territory right here. But like, do you see a player? Maybe we should get like a mentalist on and ask him. Do you see a play? And Wilson, do you see a guy who loves the game? You know what I'm saying? Do you see a guy who loves the game enough to risk the injuries, to risk the concussions, to continue to play for another 5 or 6 years till he's 37, 38 years old? Do you see that in Wilson? See, I can't read him that much to tell.
I don't know. I don't know anything about him. But maybe, I mean, like I don't know. Occam's razor says that might be it. Like if you're just dodging hits like that and you're throwing off your back foot, you're trying to, miss getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just like, what? Like why?
But then
why hundreds of millions of dollars.
Exactly. But then why commit to the Walmart family and the Broncos? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
he wanted to leave Seattle. If he was done, he could have. Him and Pete Carroll could have shook hands. He could have had a big send off by the 12s and ride into the sunset. Instead, he went to the Walmart people and quarterbacked the Broncos. Let's ride. He did that stupid let's ride thing, leaving the podium last night, which was making you think like, okay, unplug the robot. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But that's over, Russell. You lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's real weird to see this. We was talking Russell Wilson as an MVP candidate 2 years ago. Now we're talking about benching him for Nick Foles. No, Nick Foles played for the other team. I'm sorry.
Same idea. Brett Rippon.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would think, and this is all just bring it back. Like this dude, so part of the reason you like Geno Smith is because you got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And you're like, all right, he's never played with good receivers before. Russell Wilson has two great receivers. You know what I mean? Like he went from Lockett and Metcalf to Judy and Sutton. So I don't think that the weapons are the problem. Maybe Nathaniel Hackett gets fired this week or something, The dude had to hire an 80-year-old to help him game plan.
He's going to be a one and done, Nathaniel Hackett.
He might not even last a year. He might not even last.
Crazy if he didn't get out his first year. I don't think the Walmart people going to fire him during the season. I don't got the Walmart people doing that.
Dude, who do you have your money invested in right now? Who's your money invested in? First-time head coach Nathaniel Hackett or $245 million man Russell Wilson?
Yeah, $245 million man. You're right.
I mean, and I'm not saying and also like you look what KJ Hamler did, like just out there, and I'm sure he's going to spin it. Like I was frustrated. I was frustrated with Russell because we lost. We came so close, and it's been frustrating.
You see, what I don't and I don't like the open. It's like it's open season on Wilson now.
Yeah,
like from guys like Kyle Brandt, even somebody like when Peyton Manning on the Manning cast said they should have given that $245 million to the punter. I'm like, wow, everybody even Peyton Manning. I'm like, what's going on?
Like what, man?
Eli said that. My bad.
This last 23 minutes has just made me want to go out and get Russell Wilson, like bad, like wherever I can.
Russell Wilson tops Chrome. I remember when he started off the season hot a couple years ago.
Yeah,
the price of that card went up to like $1,100 raw.
I wonder what it's at now.
I'm
gonna give it a couple days. I don't think people are selling off. But I want to try. I'm gonna trade for him. I'm gonna trade for him in Superflex in 2 quarterback leagues.
Yeah, you really buying low if you're doing that.
Woo!
You all right, Nando? God bless you.
I had you talk too much, dry throat, coffee tingles. My espresso tingled my.
Did y'all got the heat on up there at night yet?
No, well, actually we did the other night, but today it got hot again. Like I got in the car and I didn't put the little accordion thing in the windshield.
Oh yeah.
And the car was like 91. I'm like, oh no, come on, man. Like I packed that away.
Yeah, me too. I went to make my lunch run not too long ago, and I had I don't see a buy it now. Look at the buy it now. Is this the Chrome one? This is a buy it now, not a Chrome for $90. VSA 10.
So that doesn't sound
not
right.
A bad price to get back in on, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Russ, we here for you, Russ. This is a Chrome. Here's a Topps Chrome PSA 10. Well, it's on bid right now. But yeah, this might be a good time to get back in on Russell Wilson, to be honest with you.
Dude,
$300 for the Topps Chrome PSA 10. It was 1,100 before.
You know, it's like when people say like, you got to buy low, man. You know, here's my fantasy advice: is buy low on, I don't know. Well, Kyle Pitts is a bad example. You know, like someone who's like, you're not going to be able to buy low, man. People aren't dumb. Like, you're not playing against like an AI robot.
And not only
Russell
that,
Wilson can buy low on. No one wants it.
But why would you buy low on a quarterback? You can buy low. You can buy low on Derek Carr. He's off to a rough start.
I'm saying if you're in a super flex or you're whatever, like I think people feel something very broken with Russell Wilson. I think they feel like Derek Carr just, is working out some kinks. He still has Devontae Adams.
But I think
like Russell Wilson is like people just piling on. Everyone's jumping ship on Russell Wilson.
It's like an off the field narrative too. That's what I'm saying. The off the field narrative, like the personality stuff. I'm like, when did we start doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess we always did, but it seemed like real harsh with Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he's like, don't get me wrong. If you're like, how we used to work with Gabe, and Gabe would bet $500 on the team and then be mad at the players.
Yeah.
That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle Brandt ain't had no money on this game. Kyle Brandt had an axe to grind with Wilson all along.
Because he blew him off on the red carpet.
Yes, and now that he's down, because he blew him off on the red carpet. Because Kyle Brandt think he is a celebrity because he was on The Real World in 1985.
I bet you Derek Carr came talk to me. What a great guy Derek Carr was.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people had these tweets in the drafts, and now they're like, okay, now I can unload on Russell and look cool. Like everybody else unloading on Russell.
I'll tell you what, man. I had a bad experience with Jason Giambi in the Yankees locker room back when I was covering the Yankees, my Wall Street Journal days. And it wasn't even with Giambi. Giambi told the PR guy to shoo me away, right? And, it's like, all right, who are you? Like, you don't have to talk to me.
Who's the PR guy at the time?
It was Jason Zillow, who I love. But I don't think it wasn't Zillow. It was
Jason's
someone
still there
me.
now? Jason's not there no more, right? Oh, he's still there.
He is.
People keep them jobs for a long time.
I mean, they know what to do and how to do. Mm-hmm. I've worked with a lot of PR people over the years and a lot of every different things. Jason Zillow is like one of the best ever, like nicest guy. A lot of people don't like him, I think, because like it's hard to get access to the Yankees. Not his fault, like I like him. I like him a lot.
Rich with the Dallas Cowboys. He's been there. You see him in the videos of the Glory Days Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Yes.
He's sitting right behind Jimmy Johnson. You know what I'm saying? They keep them jobs for years, especially those high-profile teams with high-profile players. Tough gig. A lot of respect for that.
But it wasn't him who, like, Giambi had some kid come and be like, oh, Jason's not talking to people, right? I'm like, he was just talking to two people. But I was doing a story about what his batting average was with his mustache versus without the mustache. The year he's hitting really well with the mustache. Anyway, the point is, like, I don't hate Jay. He's.
He blew you off. It's not a bad.
He blew me off, and I'll remember that.
He got a job. It's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying?
20 minutes later, I ended up talking to Nick Swisher for like a half hour, man. And I'm like, Nick Swisher's the greatest guy.
Bro, what's up, bro?
No, he was amazing.
What's going on, Nando? It's Nick Swisher.
Yes. That's exactly what it was.
What's going on, bro? Let's do this, bro. Let's do that, bro. He's like, Nick, relax. Now you telling the PR, get Nick Swisher away from me. Yeah.
How do I get rid of this guy? Listen, Nick, I gotta go. Where you going? Anyway, he was really cool. But I mean, like, that's just, it's not like I don't know, tee off on Jason Giambi any chance I get. So
yeah.
Anyway,
but we got the Colts covered the number, the under cash, no touchdowns. If that was an interesting prop that I wish I'd have been on before the game. They no touchdown scored in the game.
Yeah.
To everybody who hit that last night, if you got it in before the game, congratulations. If you got it in at halftime, congratulations. That was a very sharp bet last night. I think it was paying plus 7,000 for no touchdown scored. That's an excellent bet right there.
How are you going to put – I mean, I know how you are and how you will, but like, hey, the quarterbacks are Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson. The wide receivers are a healthy Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Michael Pittman, and the up-and-coming Zach the white guy on the Colts. Probably talk to Kyle Brandt. Alec Pierce.
Hey, Alec is me, Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
From Real World.
And I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, even Naheem Hines, who got concussed or whatever. But
that was scary. I didn't want to see that. That was terrible.
Yeah.
He had the hands thing going on, too. He couldn't. He was trying to stand up at least. He wanted to walk off on his own power. you got to respect that. But he was messed up, man.
I hate to say this, but like that fencing response when you see it, I've talked to Virginia and read enough of her stuff from Inside Injuries. Like that's almost like a good sign in a weird way because that's like you're concussed. You know, they're
but everything is moving.
This is yeah, exactly. Like like it's okay, cool. So I know that sounds weird because it's so scary to watch, but I've seen it a lot of times, and I don't know. It's almost like that's a concussion at least, and it's not good by any means, but it's they're not completely knocked out to the point where like they can't even get the fencing response going.
Yeah, they're not Jordan Poole.
yeah. We got to get back on that. There's video. We got to talk about how much money whoever got that video, however much that.
So let me tell you, I got a $75,000
video.
I'm not going to say his name. I got a homeboy. We used to work together years ago. We were, I can say this much. We were working at Lincoln Center, right?
You don't really have to.
We were working at Lincoln Center. That's what I worked there at one time. He was still working there, and he was doing security, and he was in the room with all the video monitors. And he's a big Jay-Z fan. And he noticed Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Solange getting on the elevator together. So he took out his cell phone, recorded Jay-Z, Solange, and Beyonce in the radio in the elevator. We never saw him again. We never saw it. He's never been seen or heard from again. But I do know that he was the one that sent the video.
that was the elevator.
That was the video. Yep. The elevator video.
Wow. That's wow. Good for him.
So it could be something. Now here's the thing with the Warriors. There's only a couple of people that would have had access to that video. So they can narrow that down. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Yeah. We got to get into that.
Yeah. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we're just going to cover all the games.
Let's do that.
No
guests today. Chris Vaccaro, big time this by working in the office today.
2 weeks in a row, huh?
Like, I'm in the office today. All right.
I ain't good.
Yeah. Then why? Like I caught it. Like then why didn't you ask me if I want to have lunch if you're a mile away?
Wait a minute, I just made a payment to Apple services.
Every day I want to drop something really weird about Chris Vaccaro just to see if he's listening or watching because I know he's not.
That's
our friend, Chris Vaccaro.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of
watch
friend
our show?
Is that? Yeah,
I don't know. I got to download an app. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's always too much for me. I'll put on Carton.
He's hilarious. He had a Monty Tumor on today. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. More Corey, Nando, and Friends presented by Mayo Media Network and sponsored by Jock Market. We'll be right back after this.
Corey, Nando, and Friends is sponsored by Jock Market.
I'm Pat Mayo of the Mayo Media Network and the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast. Two things which you should subscribe to. I'm also the presenting sponsor of Bettor Sports Network's 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern weekday live block. So you should always tune into that. But what I want to talk about today is daily fantasy strategy and how you can leverage tools in order to both win, but understand what other people are doing, because creating leverage in daily fantasy is about the number one thing you can do if you want to get to the top of the leaderboard. So I'm going to walk through some of the tools that we have at runthesims.com in order to help guide you beyond what the tools actually provide, considering it's a lineup builder, it's an optimizer, it has projections. There's all of that stuff at Run the Sims, but it can also tell us a little bit of a different story. So right now, runthesims.com is already up there. It has NASCAR, it has F1, UFC coming soon, but NFL is the bread and butter of everything. And you're going to get your prop tool. If you want your prop tool, you're also going to get your simulator. And right now, you see it's $2.99 for the package, but because our friends at BSN are so smart, you can go to runthesims.com/BSN, get yourself 10% off, and you're going to want this. You can see all of the myriad tools that Run the Sims provides, but we're going to go to the classic optimizer. And we're going to show you how you can create leverage in your lineup without doing anything. We're going to make it the main slate of games because, I mean, if you want to run projections for every game, you can use the entire full slate of everything. And you can pick whatever operator that you want. Well, for this example, we use DraftKings. So all the stock projections are in there. You can play around with them any way you want, game by game, player by player. But if you generate lineups and you're someone who plays both tournaments and cash games, this is important because the optimal lineups will show you who the most common players are going to be in double ups, 50-50s, and head-to-heads, and what those lineups are going to look like. Because optimal lineups are all going to be very similar. So Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones at quarterback. You're going to have a lot of Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, and Travis Etienne. And I'm not saying don't play these guys, but all you really need to do is pick a pivot point somewhere, and all of a sudden you can make your team especially different, especially in higher stakes in single entry double ups and cash games if you really want to go that way. So even when we go look at our player groups and our player pool, when we generate the lineups that we want, you most definitely saw that you're going to have your Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones lineups. All you really need to do is get a little bit different, come up with a stack in a little bit of a different way, and you see Commanders defense keeps getting spat out. That's going to be the optimal one for week 1. So all you need to do is just go a different way, and all of a sudden you've created a leverage on your opponents, and your 3v3 just needs to win that 3v3, and all of a sudden you're printing money. runthesims.com/BSN for 10% off. I'm Pat Mayo.
I'm looking forward to turning it around. I'm looking forward to turning around because when we do, it's going to be a special story. We do, and there's no other way to think because that's all I know. And I'm looking forward to the challenge of it all. I'm looking forward to the adversity of it all and to the negativity of it all and everything else because just use that for fuel and opportunity. And when we do, it's going to be an exciting time because there's a lot of great guys in that locker room that work their butts off every day, and just to have the opportunity to help lead them, even though I didn't get to do it tonight the way I wanted to and the way I know how to. I'm grateful for them battling for every moment, every play, and they kept believing to the last play. And that belief is a powerful thing, and that's what I'm going to keep believing in. Thank you guys. Broncos country.
That's right. This is Corey, Nando, and Friends, presented by Mayo Media and sponsored by Jock Market. Make real money every second of every game.
I like it, man.
Hey, talking about a word, that's a word salad for you right there, bro.
I know.
We're going to keep putting each other first, keep hanging in there. Our teammates keep being teammates and coming through for each other, and coming out here every day, and it's going to be a special story.
Broncos country. I like Broncos
Let's
country.
Ride.
Hey,
let's ride.
Jock Market. Jock Market offers live daily markets for sports to let you buy and sell shares of athletes in real time with other users, all for real money. Each share has a guaranteed payout at the end of the night. Download now using promo code FRIENDS to receive 100% deposit match up to $100. Your first market will also be risk-free with losses refunded up to $100. Download the Jock Market app now using promo code FRIENDS. Hit up John Legueza on Twitter if you want some advice because he's been spot on.
Excellent advice from Legueza. Ramona Shelburne.
Yeah.
What's up,
go.
Nando?
No, I was just wondering if KJ Hamler said anything. Like, what were his quotes?
No, I didn't see no. No, he said Russell Wilson's a poser.
EUR.
Yeah. Ramona Shelburne reporting with Woj, but I give the props to Ramona. She's very talented. I like Ramona Shelburne. The Golden State Warriors are taking every legal course of action to discover how video of Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole during a scuffle at practice on Wednesday was made possible. Sources told ESPN the Warriors are aggressively investigating the incident and the release of the video. See, I knew this was going to happen. The first comment was the Golden State Warriors should be pressing charges against Draymond Green. I don't think you do that in a teammate fight.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I think these teammate fights are more common than we think.
Right.
I don't think they get out as much. Like, everything is not going to be like what was remember the Washington Redskins? Stephen Davis.
Yeah.
Stephen Davis, classic teammate fight. We've heard Kobe and Shaq, Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr. Teammate fights, they happen. That sometimes they happen often. They're just not as public. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then this one right here, public because of the nature of the parties involved. Obviously, the dynasty of our time, the Golden State Warriors.
They got good reporters. Golden State has good reporters across the board.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to get that stuff.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, I know Shams broke it, but like they got across, not even just athletic, like good reporters. Yeah. Those Warriors have good reporters.
No, they got good people that cover them, but excellent sources.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a national team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're going to have, the top people because they play on ABC. You know what I'm saying? When you play on ABC,
right,
people tend to know who you are, Steph Curry, teammate, all of that. See, now here's one thing, right? There's a couple things with this. Let's just start with the leaking of the video. You can kind of tell that Green, to me, you can kind of see where I think Green's been waiting to do this for a while.
Maybe.
Like, Curry came out and said all the reports of him, Poole, being arrogant in the offseason, coming back to camp were false. It was just the other day when Steph Curry, when Clay said Poole needed to be humble. So, you know what I'm saying? We're not buying that. Did he need to be punched in the face? Probably not. Tough shot too, knee buckled. You know what I'm saying? Knees buckled, fell down, took it right on the chin. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He may have been knocked out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like the old rules in school where he pushed me first.
Who do you think was? What do you think was initiating the contact? Draymond getting in his face, or
leaning on him? But I think the push, man. Like the guy pushed him. He pushed him hard.
I think the push was the initiation of the contact as well. And the dude name is Draymond Green. What I'm saying? Like,
you and I both know that was like that punch was probably a bit much. He could have just pushed him back. But
yeah, exactly. The punch was a bit much.
Yeah, if you were in like 4th, 5th grade, it was 8th, 9th grade. It was like, he pushed me first, man. Like, so that's how it started.
Yeah, and I guess you could say that's how it started. Green did come up on him with that lean. He probably was. I could see it going down somewhere to the lines like, yeah, Draymond was talking, and Draymond probably said something like, "I'll do this," and I can see Jordan Poole saying, "You ain't going to do nothing." Right. And in that moment, see, if Draymond Green walk up on you like that, I'm already going to, like Chris Rock at the Oscars, right? I'm going to get in my stance. I'm going to be, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not just going to be flat-footed. You can't get caught flat-footed in that kind of situation.
I guess he wasn't.
What was your take on the Oscar slap?
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. You know what? I don't care.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, look, I don't want to. This is going to be such a random. Like, if Will Smith didn't seem so fake, then I think it would have carried a lot more weight. Mm-hmm. But he always comes across as super fake now. I used to love him. He used to be like my favorite. Yeah. Like I had every album. And I even like taped, pulled out the cassette tape, taped it to my wall, like that.
Yeah, yeah. So you had a good time with the Fresh Prince, like the show and stuff like that.
Dude, when the show came out, I thought it was someone playing him because I thought he was such a huge deal. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's the Fresh Prince.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, I'm like, who's this Will Smith playing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. And then Jazz. I'm like, oh, that's really Jazzy Jeff. So yeah, I was big.
But how do you get that? Like, who benefits more from that video getting leaked? Team Draymond or Team Poole?
I think maybe, man, I don't think anyone does. Because you could say, like, if you didn't like Draymond, you sucker punched him. And if you didn't like Poole, you'd be like, he probably still deserved it, man. He's a jerk,
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Like, did you like? I mean, does that make Poole look better?
If you're Poole, it's tough to swallow because the whole internet seeing you. You know what I'm saying? You got rocked. Your knees buckled. His knees buckled.
Yeah, but I don't think he thought a punch was coming. I don't think anyone thinks a punch is coming off of that.
Yeah,
a big reach back roundhouse is coming.
I mean, I stepped into it too, leaned into it, right on his chin, leaned into it, and then he just knees buckled.
He didn't push him. He didn't push him and then go like this. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
he
just pushed him like, get away from me, man. My teammate,
back up off me. And next thing you know,
Yeah,
he was
boom.
like on the floor.
He was probably looking the other way. I mean, like, it wasn't even like he was jawing with Draymond. Like, Draymond Green kind of like creeped around, like, like Game of Thrones kind of slash your throat style. And then just leaned on him, and he's like, get out of here, man. And like, as I was saying, and then I just got knocked out.
Next thing you know, boom, you know what I'm saying? He's on the floor. Somebody leaked it, though, Nando. That's not a good look because now, I think the team can recover from it because they're a championship team. They're a team that has Kevin Durant on it. They're a team that has Draymond Green on it. So this is not something this probably happens more than we think. Maybe not physical, but it's probably a lot of Draymond Green yelling at his teammates.
Draymond Green might have leaked that for all we know, man. He might ask the video guy, like, send that to me. I want to see it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would not be surprised if it was Draymond Green that leaked that.
People are looking for like an intern, like who took the video. Like he might have just been like, yo, dude, send me that video. I want to see, like, give me that clip. I want to see how I hit him.
Or maybe somebody wants.
And then his manager.
Maybe Steve Kerr leaked it. Maybe Steve Kerr was like, you know what? I want this guy out of here.
No. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't, I mean, I'm sure a good storyline would be some dude got $100,000 for the video, but I don't know. Even if you're like a 23-year-old sitting there, like, I could probably make a lot more in the long term than just selling this one video right out of TMZ, I think.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
You never know. A video assistant it wasn't like Mike McDonald, the coach of the Dolphins. Didn't he work on like the video staff at one point?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's how you run it. It happens.
Yeah,
now he's coach of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So now you never know what can happen.
Coach of the year. What is he?
But see, here's the thing, Nando. This is what I don't like about what Draymond did. He wouldn't do that to Steph Curry.
I mean, Steph Curry probably doesn't deserve it.
He wouldn't do it to Klay Thompson. You see what I'm saying?
Well, these guys.
I think you pick and choose who you do something like that too.
I don't know. No, I mean, yes, I know you pick and choose who you're going to punch, but I mean, like if they're jerks, yeah, I guess I could see it. But I could also see if like you're talking about like Rasheed Wallace is a jerk, I'm going to punch him. I don't think Draymond Green would do that because he's a large dude who will definitely hit him back. Jordan.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. Yeah. Brock makes a good point on YouTube. He wouldn't do that to Kevin Durant. And I guarantee you he didn't like Kevin Durant.
We got some. Well, that's not breaking news. It's 52 minutes old. Jameis Winston doubtful for Sunday. Andy Dalton expected to start. Michael Thomas is out. Jarvis Landry questionable.
So that number
is the fun Saints game, man.
That number's actually moving right now. It's 5.5 down to 5. Starting to see some 4.5s pop as well. This is a good spot once again for the Seahawks. I think they can catch. They can. I don't want to bet them, Nando, because they're going to be a trendy underdog. This is going to be a low-scoring game, though.
I mean, I would assume so. What's that under is going to drop? I mean, if you have Andy Dalton again throwing to, I don't even know who's going to throw to. I mean, it's Chris Olave and the Andy Dalton Chris Olave show.
It's like 46, 45.5 right now. It opened up 42 and actually pushed up, which was interesting. And then
Marcus Callaway. Is that what it's going to be?
I
don't think Jarvis Landry plays well.
No, it needs to be Alvin Kamara. How about that?
Is he going to play?
I hope he does play. I need him to play. If he don't play, I'm gonna be playing Matt Breida like you.
So yeah, dude, it's not so I got to go in now because Pitts is out. So I got to take Pitts out of my. There's hope is forever eternal, and I got Jameis in Superflex in the same league. I don't even know if I have a backup tight end in the Pitts league.
There you go. See what I'm saying? Hopefully you got to wait around tonight. Or you can get a.
No, most of them they're free for alls now at this point. But
nice, good, okay.
Like I can have the Matt Breida equivalent. Cameron Brate's out.
Make America great again.
Maybe I'll just poke around Tampa Bay. It's going to be Marquez Callaway. Here's who's healthy: Chris Olave, Marquez Callaway, Tyquan Smith, Deontay Hardy. The end. Those are wide receivers for the New Orleans Saints, who Andy Dalton.
Tough sledding, but here's the thing: they got a defense that they can lean on. And they probably can lean on that defense this week. You know what? Seattle may not be a good bet here. This is back-to-back road games for the Seahawks. Coming off that big win last week. This could be a letdown spot for them. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't bet them, but I wouldn't bet the Saints. I wouldn't bet the Seahawks or the Saints in this game. I would leave this off my ticket unless I was hitting that under.
Maybe Traquan Smith is the way to go. He's got a 100-yard game this season.
But you chase that 100-yard game. You're chasing that for the rest of the year. Trey, we've been talking about Traquan Smith for 5 years now.
Yeah. We'll say with Marcus Callaway. It's like all these Saints guys are the same. Like the Saints don't give up on them, but fantasy players do.
Yeah, fantasy players give up on them. It can't happen. I got a good homeboy that covers the Saints down there, and every year he'll tell me Marquez Callaway, Juwan Johnson, this, that, and the third, and it never happens. No disrespect to him, you know what I'm saying? He's just giving me information what he's seeing in practice.
I'm pulling up my Matt Breda league right now, and I'm adding Traquan Smith.
You gonna play him, Nando?
No, I'm joking. But I do have to get
better guy out there than that.
So here's the team that I got. No, they're two different teams. My bad. The team that I have Kyle Pitts and Jameis Winston on. I got Freiermuth as my backup tight end. I already got him in. And then I got
Pitts.
Geno Smith. I'm just gonna. He'll be my super flex instead of Jameis Winston.
Okay. Oh, you're good. You set up good.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is my regular quarterback. So it's Rodgers. Gibson,
I think you could have it. I think it could be tough sledding for Geno this week on the road versus that defense in that environment. Coming off that big win last week, could be tough sledding for Geno. I would keep that in the back of my head.
Well, we don't have a choice, friend.
Sorry, Nando. You can't.
It's Tua. It's either Tua or Deshaun Watson. Would you like me to put one of them in Superflex?
You can't play neither one of them. You get a 0.
I got 0 Henders. All right, how about this? Actually, here, this is a good question for you. I got Geno Smith. I got Rashad Penny. With his bad shoulder, but I guess it's not bad anymore. He's fine. He was cleared full practice.
You mean you put Penny in the Superflex instead of
Penny in the Superflex instead of Geno Smith?
I think that might work better.
I don't know, maybe.
I think Penny has more upside.
What about Antonio Gibson or Geno Smith?
I would definitely play Antonio Gibson.
You think so? This guy, he's running scared, man.
I talked about Antonio Gibson for Jock Market this week.
I don't know.
I would not be surprised if Washington beat Tennessee this weekend.
I mean, Washington's got Brian Robinson coming back at some point, according to everything you
ran all over Dallas last week.
Yeah.
Ran all over them, bro.
Yeah.
They're at home this week. They tend to play worse at home. They play slightly better at home than they do on the road. The quarterback play has been bad. I can see I would play Gibson over Geno and Penny.
All right. So I'll do Gibson as my running back. I'll do Penny as my super flex, and we'll put Geno out.
Yeah.
I'll do this because you're telling me to. I was going to keep it with Geno, but because we're friends and I respect you, Rashad Penny being moved into super flex right now. Boom.
There you go.
Live roster management. Everyone get excited. All right. That's the first team I took Pitts out in. Let me got 7 more. Here we go. I'm not going to do
bought in on Pitts.
Yeah, it was, because you know why? Because when we were drafting, it was like Pitts was like that drop off. Actually, I think Freiermuth was like the other drop off. And I'm not huge on tiers, but like Pitts, once you got to Pitts, you're like, oh, it's kind of like the, iffy zone now, these guys are as solid as they come. Pitts, it was the first 1,000-yard receiver. Everything's normal. Everybody's coming back. Plus, they got Drake London, who's going to take attention off of Pitts. They got the same offense. This logic works for Cordell Patterson.
They don't have the same quarterback. That's basically.
But I went through and looked at Mariota. Every year was Delaney Walker leading in targets. Leading targets.
But I think this is a different offense. But see, Kyle Pitts is not Delaney Walker. Kyle Pitts is a wide receiver.
Yeah,
he's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver lined up on the line of scrimmage, running tight end routes.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Difference in the offense. Difference in the personnel. Now with the current personnel and the current offense, the goal is to run the football, manage the game. Algier could come up this weekend. It's another upset, another possible upset too. Atlanta and Tampa. Atlanta might upset Tampa.
I don't know. Atlanta without Cordell Patterson is a different team than me.
You're right. That's true too. But Algier ran the ball last week. Let's pay attention to them this week and see what they are without Patterson. They could very well get blown out this weekend. You're right, Nando.
But I guess Patterson
is such a big part of what they do offensively.
They only kind of had Patterson last week too. Patterson kind of took himself out early. He was playing hurt.
Yeah, but Algier came in and picked up where Patterson left off.
Right.
Like he didn't run like Jim Brown, like Patterson run like Jim Brown. But Algier was still able to run significantly and help them win that game.
And Huntley to a degree.
Yeah, and Huntley too. Atlanta's playing well. No, I got some cards. I had some cards come in the mail today. I ordered they got a new NFL score out, right? Score box.
All right.
And the box it's the hobby box is 10 packs. The packs have 40 cards in it, right?
Wow, all right.
So I bought a pack. You know what I'm saying? $20 for a pack. You know what I mean? So I figured 35
so $20 for 40 cards.
$20 for 40 cards. Hobby pack too.
Gotcha.
So I figured 35 of the 40 cards would be trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was right on that. You know what I mean? I think I got the lot of no-name rookies. I did get a Sauce Gardner, right? Rookie.
Right. But I mean, who's gonna buy it? You know, like
nobody's checking for that. But I did.
Defensive players.
The last 2 cards though were flipped backwards, right?
All right.
They were flipped backwards, and as I was looking at the cards that are flipped backwards, I noticed where one of them says, I'm pulling it down. One of them says, this autograph is guaranteed by Panini of America.
Nice.
So I said, look at that. Fantasy executive got an auto.
Please tell me it's Kirk Cousins.
I turned the first one around, right? And this is a nice card. It's numbered and all of that. It's nice. Patrick Mahomes. Gold score. Yeah. 47 out of 50.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Then I turned the next card around.
Put it with your other one.
It's Kirk Cousins auto. Kirk Cousins. I'm playing Kirk Cousins in Jock Market this weekend.
You have to. This is the universe telling you something, man.
This is the Kirk Cousins week right here.
This is amazing.
This is a 33 out of 50 gold Kirk Cousins auto. A much better card than the slab I got from BCCG. But yeah I got another Kirk Cousins card this week.
Hey, bring that in a little closer. He's got actually a beautiful autograph, huh? Or does it just look like it from far away?
Is real nice.
It looks like he at least put some effort into that.
Yeah.
Well, his second K, where is it? Like, how are you going to go put like a loop on the K and make it all fancy, but not like bring the other K?
Look at the big C. The C looks good too. The C looked like third grade cursive class.
Yeah, that's wow. Great job, Kirk Cousins or Ken Cousins, I guess.
Kirk Cousins, my boy. Like I said, I'm playing him in Jock Market this week. Promo code friends. Get involved.
You gotta play lottery. You gotta go like what number is that? That's 33. You gotta play. What number is Cousins? 8.
Yeah.
You gotta play 8. Just go play the lottery tonight too.
I may just play the South Carolina State lottery today.
I might have to do that too. What are significant Kirk Cousins numbers? 8.
Why my camera? I'm about to say why my camera look funny because I had that card up to it.
Oh yeah.
Now
just stick your face in and slowly come back out.
Yeah, man.
We gotta take a break anyway.
Like autofocusing or something like that. My camera.
Yeah. Oh, just stick your go like this. Boom, and then boom. That should fix it. That used to fix the good
hand
cameras.
right there.
Yeah, there you go. And then it should autofocus itself back. No,
I don't know. It's not happening yet.
Well, yeah,
I'll show the Sauce Gardner next in case a Jet fan wants to purchase the Sauce Gardner. Hopefully this thing comes back and I don't be looking like this for. I know what I can do.
Hey,
let's
people
take a
come
break.
for the content.
I'll unplug it and plug it back up.
All right, fine. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll hit some of the games this weekend, some of the lines, some of the upsets. Baseball's being played right now. The Cleveland Guardians have already taken a win off their series. 2-1.
That's one leg of my parlay is already hit.
That's what we expected, man. Those teams are so super duper similar that like it was going to be small scoring games. All right, anyway.
Phillies and the Cardinals are playing now, right?
Phillies got that momentum, man, but like the Cardinals just won't. Like Cardinals are The Cardinals are mosquitoes, man. That's what the Cardinals are.
You don't want to be. I'd rather be. You'd rather be a mosquito than a gnat. Gnat's a pain in the butt.
I know, but I mean, I guess whatever. They just won't go away. Like
a gnat can't bite you though.
Where's that Cardinals? 47 and 120 season. They never anyway. Enough. Quick break. We'll be right back with hopefully a focused Corey Nando and Friends presented by Mayo Media, brought to you by Jock Market. We'll be right back after this.
Bettor Sports Network is sponsored by Jock Market. The Playbook with Fensty and Ronis, presented by FantasyAlarm.com.
I think it's hard to judge Daniel Jones. He's got no offensive line and he's got no weapons. So, he still made a couple of bad decisions this year, but it's really hard to judge him. And that's the difficult part for the Giants. They have to figure out if he's the guy. How can you make that assessment when he's throwing a Kenny Golladay who can't catch anything?
Jones in a shotgun set. back to throw. Has time. Fastball to the right side. Golladay makes the catch, but then he fell down and he never controlled it. It's incomplete. He tried to run away from the defender and he dropped it.
I mean, Richie James, look at this. It is bad. They really need Wan'Dale Robinson and Kadarius Toney out there. And even then, it's still not enough. And I believe Daniel Jones is the most pressured quarterback in football. And it's going to be hard for him to have success.
Corey, Nando, and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
What can we say about 5 more passes batted at the line by Baker Mayfield? That's 12 for the season. I've never seen anything like this. Last year's leader had 17 for the entire season. Mayfield's on pace for 51, and the Panthers barely throw.
Thank you. They barely throw. They don't make no explosive plays. They can't do nothing offensively. But when you look at this team, they ran 51 plays yesterday. They had 220 total yards. They ran the ball for 40 yards. They threw the ball for 180. On the throws, it was under 5 yards a pass. They are using their short passing game as a running game, but it ain't going nowhere. There's no explosive plays from anybody. Baker Mayfield's a dog, and that was just a terrible display of football. There was a reason to boo. There's a reason to be calling for Rule's job. There's a reason to want everybody out in Carolina because that thing is pitiful.
Lunch Money with Kyle and Ray, presented by FantasyGuru.com.
We are hearing reports, Ray, that people felt this was so unfair and so dastardly that people are changing rules and allowing folks to remove Kamara from their starting lineup. You cannot break this rule. This is lousy, Ray, and I hate the precedent that some people are setting with this.
Later on, the commissioner said, oh, yeah, sorry, you didn't get up at 6 a.m. today. We'll allow you to make a switch. Sorry. If you're mad at something here, you don't get mad at your league, you don't get mad at the rules, you don't get mad at your commissioner, you get mad at the bloody NFL, who I have said all along, what are we doing here? Why are we trying to take over the world?
It's just bad luck, Ray. This happens a lot, doesn't it? It just doesn't happen with the likes of Alvin Kamara. You got to be awake when the actives and inactives come out.
But again, if you want to lay blame, it's the NFL. Why is the NFL playing games that the majority of the people in the United States aren't even awake for? What are they doing? Isn't it our league? North America's league, or is it Europe's league? So if you're mad at someone, you're mad at the NFL.
He'll be one of the top vote getters for American League MVP honors. I think it's a foregone conclusion. That's going to Aaron Judge. 1-0 Rays, the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. Deep right center field. Siri at the wall. And it's gone! 2-1 Cleveland. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Arozarena awaiting the 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a high fly ball to left. Juan is there. He makes the catch. Ball game. Game 1 of the Wild Card Series goes to Cleveland.
Corey, Nando, and Friends is sponsored by Jock Market.
Welcome back, everybody. Awesome. It was Guardians Radio Network, let's say.
Cleveland Guardians.
Welcome
Sauce
back.
Gardner.
Don't do that again, man. We're going to lose you again.
Oh, yeah. Sauce Gardner rookie. Shout out to Sauce.
That was the first leg of my parlay, too.
So we're good, right?
I got the Mets, and I can cash out my $5 parlay for $5 if I want to right now.
So you even already.
That's my favorite thing on all of these is the mind games they play, the DraftKings does. And I thought I'm like, oh, all right. So if we got like the 6-leg parlay on a Sunday and I win the first 3 and it's $3, you can win 467, but you win the first 3 and I'm like, do you want $118? I don't know, maybe it's more like 67. It's something that's really hard. I'm like, oh man.
I think at some point you have to. I think you got to take that on a case by case basis.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of the old school sports bettors that I know would never take a cash out.
Right.
They be like, you bet these games to bet these games. Don't take no cash out.
No, I bet these games to win fun money on a Sunday.
Bingo. There you go. I'm not even tripping off of that. I'm not even tripping off of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Vegas, Dave.
Look, if I had the time and the wherewithal and I was trying to grind out 53.6% of my wins Fine.
No.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But then I wouldn't be doing a parlay in the first place.
And
right?
then I'm not. Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly. Yeah, I'm single. Single. Mr. minus 110. And here's the thing: I'm not even trying to. I'm trying to grind out 60 because you're not really gonna get no bread off of 53.
Yeah, I don't like. What's the point? Not like, okay, I get the point. The point is you make some money, and you have fun doing it.
Now the Colts had no business getting that cover last night. That just was once again back to poor performance by Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
but it's ebbs and flows. In one of my handicapping contests, I was brave enough to take the Colts last night, so I already got a win in the house. So I feel good about that. And my Survivor starts back up this week as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they gave us
what do you mean starts back up? Oh, a second chance?
Yeah, because there was only 3 people left.
What do they do with the 3 people? What do they do with the 3?
They get the original, and then they come back in for free.
Oh, all right, that's not so bad.
Circa, they lost almost 75% of their people already at $1,000 a pop in their contest.
That's crazy.
They're giving them a free weekend.
Okay.
The people that got eliminated in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If your team lost in the first 3 weeks,
yeah, you
get 2 free nights at Circa.
Oh, that is how you get people to come back the next year.
There you go, 100%.
Yeah.
And
that's how you get $1,000 for $80.
Yep,
you're giving
exactly.
Away.
And they
nice.
and they might be giving you a table one night at Stadium Swim as well.
Dude, I mean, yeah,
I'd have been like, I don't know, I'll be even. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see a lot of people. You get a lot of people picking Houston first.
Yep.
First game next year.
And then you get back, and then you get what they do is they get you back in the casino too.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get you back in the casino too. 100%.
That's how it works.
You're not fooling me, Circa.
We understand, but we applaud it. You're not fooling us, but we applaud it.
Definitely do applaud it. Nando, what are we going to do? Another 9:30 a.m. Eastern time game this week? My goodness.
Probably, I guess, set your lineups and don't complain about it. Right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do what we've been doing for years now with the London games, setting the lineup early and
how
not
about
acting
that?
like a little baby.
Yeah, it's not like we're playing in China, man. Like it's you know the night before, like you got it. You can sleep under, you can wake up early enough.
I wonder if they play fantasy football in China.
I'm sure they do. Everyone does.
Maybe the firewalls, you know what I'm saying? State sponsored.
Right. So over the break, I went and I looked up Kirk Cousins Wikipedia to find some significant numbers that we could play in the lottery on Kirk Cousins. I haven't played. I think you pick 5 and there's the Powerball, right? Is that I don't know how Mega Millions works, but maybe the same way.
I'm not sure.
All right, well, come with me on this journey real quick, and then we'll get into more games. 8, that's his uniform number, right?
Yeah.
His birthday's August 19th.
So that's 8/19.
So we got the double. Yeah, we got a 19. 33 for your card was 33 out of 50. I guess we could go with
3350 in the phone number.
Right. He's thrown 4 interceptions this season. I don't know where I have 13 written down here, and I forgot why I wrote it down. You got a BCCG 9 we could use. He's played in 4 postseason games, so that doubles up 4. Where did I get 13 from? I pulled a 13 for some reason, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, 13 was the year. He's led the league in interceptions twice with 13. Significant for Kirk. We're talking Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, 22, 13. It's a number of different numbers that we can use right there.
Yeah,
I'm going to. We got.
If anyone's got some, Jay Lynn, anyone else wants to jump in and help us with this?
Yeah, our last drawing is at 7:15, so I had a chance to get over there before when we go off the air.
Yeah, I gotta go pick up milk tonight. I'm just gonna walk over to the Acme counter and be like, all right, let's play some Mega Millions, Kirk Cousins style.
Yeah, no doubt. Good job.
All right, well, figure out the other numbers because so far we definitely got 8, got 19, got 33. We got to figure out like the bounce of the Powerball, I guess, which would be a number all by itself, which I think might be 4.
4.
13, 9. So I guess we need 5 numbers.
How many seasons has he been in Minnesota?
Oh, that's cool. 3?
It might be like 5 by now.
Whoa, yeah, you're right. 5. This is his 5th year in Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure like maybe someone who he said 4 postseason experiences, which also covers the 4. 95 interceptions was off the board for the lottery. Most consecutive games with a passing touchdown, 30. That's a Vikings franchise record. We could do that. How about his personal life? He got married on June 28th, 2014. Anyway, we get hey, Jalen, 13 is bad luck. It's good luck for some people, right? He wore 12 in Washington before 8.
You like that?
Right.
You like that?
Yeah, see that? Yeah, you know what? That might be good luck for us. 12 and a 13. Anyway, all right. We'll figure it out. But just in case you want to play along with us, we'll get some
whatever.
tickets.
Yeah, listen, whatever. Yeah, we make a couple of dollars.
Yeah, if you don't see us Monday, it's either we won the lottery or we're the guys who sold the video at TMZ.
Yeah.
So, we could do 19 for COVID-19.
That's a good one right there.
I think we should.
Yeah, we should definitely put 19.
Oh, wait, we already had 19. That's his birthday. All right, perfect.
Yeah. 819
That's his
is getting
birthday.
played. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, all right, 819 is 100%. Yeah.
819 and 0819.
Yeah, okay. On to the games. Look, I've like Vaccaro makes fun of me for it. I'm sure you do behind the scenes. We're not going to bring up the Giants too much, but Giants-Packers 8. I don't know, man. I just think Brian Daboll's the kind of guy who plays games close and he schemes and he knows how to do this.
I think the Giants stay involved. The Packers have not been looking like they're going to blow teams out this year. I think it's going to be a closer game. The London aspect of it also makes it, you know what I'm saying, something that's more difficult because of the travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I 100% would I play the Giants in the contest? No, but I would lean towards the Giants. I wouldn't play the Packers nowhere.
I, as you know, have Matt Breida on some teams.
Really?
Well, you know, Kadarius Toney out again with the other hamstring now. I wonder if he got pressured. I wonder if he got pressured to like practice when he shouldn't have, because like that's like the Virginia Zackus again is like you get that one leg that's hurt. It's not like if you get that bad knee, it's not like you're gonna hurt your ankle. It's like you're gonna hurt the other knee because you're compensating for it. I wonder if he messed up his other hamstring because pressured, injury prone. Was like, all right, I'm gonna play through. It's gonna be tough now, and then killed his other hamstring. I wonder.
I can definitely see something like that being the case, but when would he have played through it though?
Like practice.
In practice? Yeah.
Yeah. Like he just can't. He's like, all right, I'm not going to do the bike on the side anymore. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then
they told him to sit down.
Went a little too hard.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't, and you don't really get much from Daboll from it. It's kind of like we'll play the guys who's here. You know what I mean? Kind of like a mind your business type thing. Yeah. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. It's Saquon Barkley a bust for me.
Jared's saying Kadarius Toney's made up as Babe Ruth. You might be right.
He might be a fictional character as well.
Hey, last chance to get Wan'Dale Robinson, by the way.
Yeah, no, he's real.
Yeah, he's real. He'll be there. Dude, I'm telling you, he's going to come and it's going to be like a 10-7-95 one-game debut. Lions-Patriots. Mac Jones practicing. Whatever that's worth.
That ankle is hurting.
It
feels like a push. It feels like it's -3. It
-3.
feels like -3. If you want to take the Patriots on the money line or buy the Patriots down to 2.5, I would do that. The Lions are a wagon against the spread, but a short number like this, that defense stinks. The Patriots get behind. The Patriots get in front of the number and run the ball.
Yeah,
you can run the Lions out of there. And Bill Belichick is going to make Jared Goff is going to have a horrible day. Bill Belichick schemes a lot of quarterbacks real good. He is excellent the way he schemes Jared Goff. So I can see a long day for Goff. I can see a long day for Williams. I still would play him though. But I think the Patriots will have just enough to pull this game off. I like this a lot. This is a smash spot for Stevenson and Harris. This is a big spot for them. Definitely a couple of dollars in jock market. I would invest in Stevenson and Harris, more so Stevenson, because I think he's got a big game coming up in him.
Your buzz guy for this week is I've seen Ramondre Stevenson's name everywhere.
Yeah,
like, should I start this guy? Yeah, Vaccaro's writing about him, and I'm like, hey, don't forget, there's another guy in the backfield. And then it's the Patriots, so they might just do something weird anyway.
Yeah, you never know.
Matt Patricia running that offense, you never know. Man, that storyline died after week 1, didn't it?
What, the
Matt Patricia?
It was a whole bunch of nothing to do from the beginning. It doesn't make a difference. Like, it's Bill Belichick is a Hall of Fame head coach. He's know how to call plays.
Right.
And guess what? If somebody calling plays he don't like, he gonna tell him we're not running that.
Right. Or he's gonna.
He's not Dan Quinn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's gonna sit there and watch his team lose the Super Bowl because they're not running the football.
Steelers Bills. The Bills are -14. Even though Kenny Pickett, he was a spark plug, man. He brought that offense to life.
So this is one of the ones right here, Nando, where
Josh Allen, great guy, by the way. Great guy.
We love Josh Allen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he came over and talked to.
Stop and spoke to us on the red carpet. So Russell Wilson, Super Bowl champion. When Russell Wilson go to NFL honors, he's like the host of the joint. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? So
I wonder if Kyle, he wasn't really Josh Allen. It was like some white guy who looked like Josh Allen. It's like, hey, Josh.
Big tall.
Like, yeah.
Josh Allen. You're like, oh, what's up? What's going on? Oh, yeah, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sorry. Wait, no, you're the guy who's saying I'm gonna pop some tags. My bad.
Bills, and who is it? Nando, the Bills and who?
Who are the Bills playing?
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought you knew. The Bills are playing the Steelers, man. Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Najee Harris.
So here's the deal, right?
Yeah.
Let's start fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
Should be a good spot for Singletary. You know what I'm saying? Pound the ball, second half, run the clock out. I can see him getting a receiving touchdown as well. Diggs, you start. Allen is QB1. Gabe Davis. I'm worried about Gabe Davis. You definitely want to see an improvement in his numbers this week for Gabe Davis. He got to have a bounce back week. You got to get him in. If he doesn't bounce back this week, it's time to start thinking about putting him on the bench. And I would hate to do that to Gabe Davis. So I think that's like the guys right there. In Pittsburgh, you drafted Harris, not been great. You got to start him. I would start Freiermuth as well. Pickett and Pickens. I wouldn't start Pickett. Maybe if you want to start Pickett, you ain't in the bye week yet. There's no reason to start Pickens yet.
I guess you feel like, look, Pickens is Pickett's guy. And like this could be like one of those 135, 2 touchdown games. You know, if they carry the momentum over and they're able to pull this off. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that against the Bills, but could. You never know.
It could be some garbage time points. That's what you're hoping for. Now, but as far as handicapping the game, the Buffalo Bills have been double-digit favorites 8 times in the past 2 seasons.
Yep.
7-1 on the money line, 5-1-2 ATS. The Bills are a good bet as a double-digit favorite. I would lay the number with the Bills as a double-digit favorite. The last time the Bills were a double-digit favorite was versus Tennessee earlier this season.
Yep.
They won 41-7. Last game of the year last year, they beat the Jets 27-10. They beat Atlanta. They were a 14-point favorite versus Atlanta. They beat them 29-15. 14.5 favorites versus Carolina. They beat them 31-14. 13.5 points favorite versus the Jets. They beat them 45-17. 15-point favorites versus Miami last year. They beat them 26-11. So then this time last year, first weekend of October last year, they were 19-point favorites versus the Houston Texans. They beat them 40-0. Buffalo will lay the wood to you. If you are a lesser team than Buffalo, Buffalo is going to beat you up.
Yep.
I would lay the number with the Buffalo Bills this week. It's a big number, but it's a big number for a reason.
Do you believe in they don't have film on Kenny Pickett angle at all? They don't know what he's going to, I mean, I think he's got college film, obviously, but is there anything to that?
I'm not buying that this week because this is a tough environment for somebody making their first NFL start. He didn't start last week. This week, he's the guy, he's making the start. He got all the reps in practice. He's going through the week for the first time as a starting quarterback. Now, when he gets to Buffalo, right, and you get to that game on Sunday, now you're walking into a hostile environment. The people that's in the stands cheering against you just threw themselves through tables on fire. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They coming to have a good time at your expense. It's going to be a tough weekend for Kenny Pickett.
I think Buffalo.
By the way, I love Bills Mafia. I love Bills Mafia.
I think what you just said was a compliment. I don't think you were making fun of them. That's how.
I was not making fun of them.
But although you did actually, you put in that disclaimer, very frightened sounding. Just to be absolutely clear. Yeah.
Do not try this at your home stadium, jumping through a table set on fire. Like if I'm walking through the parking lot at in Columbia, you know what I'm saying, at Williams-Brice Stadium, I don't want to see Buffalo Bills fans or Gamecock fans jumping through tables set on fire.
Not a good idea.
Leave that to the Bills fans because the Bills fans are like, They're trained in that stuff. Like they have on clothes underneath that stuff to keep them from burning up. You know what I'm saying? And they're very good at stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, you know what? Well, two things. Jalen just led. It's 3-0 Mariners already.
Are we on the Mariners today?
I'm on the Mariners.
I think I'm on the Mariners too.
My cash out is currently suspended, so I wonder where that's going to jump to. I got the Mariners. Just winning the series. I got the Mariners winning the World Series. I got the Mariners in a 3-pick parlay today with the Mariners, Guardians, and Mets.
Yeah, I got that same. I got that. I took the plus 1.5 on all 4 of the dogs today.
Yeah.
The first one already cashed. The second one looks to be in good shape, but still plenty. Don't touch the money, Jared.
Right, let's hold this lead.
Don't touch the money until the parlay cashes.
Let's see what it looks like. All right. Dolphins, Jets. Here's something interesting. The Dolphins minus 3.5. And I'm kind of like, all right, like the Jets don't get enough respect. Zach Wilson doesn't get enough respect. But then I'm like, Teddy Bridgewater doesn't get enough respect, man. This is the new Brandon Howard wrote about it, like how this new wave of backups, like Huntley backs up Lamar Jackson, same dude. Taylor backed up Daniel Jones, same kind of game. Bridgewater backing up Tua, same kind of game. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, it's like you don't miss a step. It's like they finally figured this out. You don't miss this step if you have the same kind of player as the backup. Whereas Andy Dalton coming after Jameis, not exactly the same thing. That's going to change the game and like the look a little bit. But Teddy Bridgewater does not get enough respect. The Jets don't get enough respect.
One of my favorite players in the league. Teddy Bridgewater, truly a nice gentleman. Somebody that Draymond Green would not throw a punch at.
Yeah, Teddy Kyle Brandt doesn't like him though, probably.
Yeah, Kyle Brandt's like, I don't know about that guy.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
But nah, he's well regarded as the nicest man in the NFL. I remember one time somebody told a story. A player was like the player of the game, and they was getting interviewed by it was a defender, and he was being interviewed by his the local radio station. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. After the game, whatever. And the player was a religious player. You know what I'm saying? So the player said that as he's doing the interview, he's thinking to himself, "I'm missing the prayer." You know what I'm saying? The post game prayer on the 50-yard line. You know what I mean? So he said he's like, oh well, whatever. I'm doing the interview, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah.
So the player said, I forgot who the player was. When he turned around, he noticed Teddy Bridgewater was standing there, and Teddy Bridgewater said, I figured that you wouldn't want to miss the prayer, so I waited for you. You know what I'm saying? And then the two of them prayed at the 50-yard line. See, that's the kind of guy Teddy Bridgewater is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That there, that's a good human being right there. Because you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying, Nando?
Right.
So now, as far as him on the football field, Teddy Bridgewater is not going to win you the game, but he's also not going to lose you the game. But if you have to make a play, right? The good part about Bridgewater is the receivers that in Waddle and Hill are receivers that can make yards after the catch.
Right.
So Bridgewater don't have to throw the big 65-yard touchdown pass.
But he can.
To win the game. But he can. He has to manage the game, not turn the football over, and not get hurt.
Does this benefit?
Bridgewater has extremely bad luck with getting hurt.
Are we talking?
Right.
So I was going to say, is this Chase Edmonds? Does his backfield change at all with Bridgewater there, or is it the same?
I think you could see more. The Jets have not been great against the run this year.
Right.
The Jets are feisty, though. Right? This is going to sound crazy, but I'll take the Jets in this game.
Dude, I think I just, when I can't decide between the teams, I think what I'd feel like is the over. It's 46. Okay. It's 40. It's 46, 48. It's 46. I don't know, man. It's one of the higher ones of the day. That's the problem. I wish it was more like 43.
What? No, I think you might be on something. I think the Jets as a home underdog are over team because they give up so many points.
Yeah.
So that I'm gonna check that right now. But the Jets at home, I think, play to the over. Now, with that being said, New York Jets regular season. We don't need all of these seasons. We just go back to the last two is good enough, right, Nando?
What? Yeah, I think so.
That's good enough.
Well, look, this is a Zach Wilson Jets team we're talking about now that can put points.
You ready to? Okay, so that makes it even better. Let's see. The Jets at home, the last two seasons, the New York Jets at home are 6-5 to the over. The unders have cashed at home recently for the Jets. Now, also the Jets at home, they've only covered twice in their last 10 home games. Oh, wow, that's pretty bad. This is not a good football team at home.
Right.
Maybe I don't bet them. I don't like this game at all, but I would take the Jets with the hook. I would take the Jets at 3.5.
All right. Falcons,
but
Bucks.
I'm not going to go to the window with it.
Falcons, Bucks, we talked about a little bit. You kind of like a Falcons upset here. Bucks are -10, but I don't want to say it's a disaster of a team, but Tom Brady's going through a divorce. We don't know the health of any of the, like Mike Williams is fine, but like he's so up and down. Like, can you really depend on him? Julio Jones, here we go. Like, it's like perpetual questionable. Chris Godwin, don't know what shape he's going to turn into. Rashad White is the buzzy player this week on this team. Everyone seems to be adding Rashad White all over the place. Are they going to be the Falcons because of Rashad White? I don't know. But since we're a little hybrid fantasy betting show here, I think it's, worth bringing up. That's a 46 over under right now, 10 points.
Tough spot right here because like I'm not comfortable laying this big number with the Buccaneers yet. I think the Buccaneers will still have some way to go, but here's the thing. I'm also not going to trust a trendy underdog because I feel like the Bucks, I feel like Atlanta could be a trendy underdog this week. I haven't seen the BetMGM numbers, the BetMGM insights to confirm that.
Right.
But I feel like that may be the case. I like to fade trendy underdogs. So I think we might have a situation here where Atlanta gets beat up by the Buccaneers a lot. That could very well be the case. I'm gonna check that out, Nando.
This is a Marcus Mariota team, different.
You're right. It's a different Falcon team. You're right. It's a different bunch. I'll give you that, Nando.
But also, like Mariota could be pulled like Trubisky was. Although I don't know if they'll pull that.
They're not gonna go to Desmond Ridder.
They don't look moribund yet. You know what I mean? Like Pittsburgh was kind of stalled out. But Mariota can still run for 50 yards a game. You know what I mean? He still has some zip.
3 straight wins, 3 straight covers, cover 10.5, a cover of 11.5, a cover of 7. But I agree with you. Those were different Falcons. Oh, the over is 7-1 in the last 8 meetings between these two teams.
All right.
So that could be an angle right there if you want to play the over in this game. That might be the bet, Nando, because Atlanta's better. This is a different Atlanta team. But by the same token, Atlanta wants to slow it down, run pace, slow the game down, run the football. Running into the teeth of the Buccaneers defense is probably not a good idea because that's one of their strengths.
But you never know.
Yeah, I would. It's not a strong bet on any side. I think Algier is a solid play this week, though. I think Algier is a solid play, despite going up against that Buccaneers defense. Tampa's starting to get healthy. I probably wouldn't take the Falcons in this spot. Maybe I put the Bucks in a teaser, get them underneath that 3 down to 2. That could work. Maybe that's the way you go right there.
2-0 Cardinals. Juan Yepez, 2-run home run, beating up on the Phillies.
Well, I know I got the Phillies in that one.
Yeah,
but it's still early.
I got the Phillies winning that series. I think I like their pitching. You know what? I still know a Syndergaard guy. Call me old fashioned.
All right, cool.
Seahawks Saints. We took the Saints completely decimated, but they're still -5. And you got a Seahawks team that I don't know what it takes to believe in Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Will Disley, and Rashad Penny.
That game's in the top of the 7th, top of the 8th. Wow.
Yeah, they started. Yeah, it was nothing for a while. They were both throwing 2-hitters.
All right, let's go Philadelphia. Let's get a hit.
Come on,
let's
man.
get a run. My
Where's
goodness.
Bryce Harper?
Yeah, hit a home run.
Yeah, come on. Well, 2.
Yeah, I just want to cover the 1.5. I'm good.
All right.
Who cares about your bet, Nando? Nah, let me stop.
This is the Saints team in disarray, coming off the London game without a bye.
That's what I'm saying. It was in London last week.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's like all right, fine. You fly to LA and you come back. Well, not to New Orleans, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like playing a
football team.
Yeah,
the players, the logistics is done by just about everybody. It's like the players are not booking their own tickets. Somebody takes care of the families and stuff like that. If you bring your family out there, the 8-hour flight, but you got the big planes where everybody can lay down and relax. It's still an 8-hour flight, though. You don't have an 8-hour flight during the season. Because, like, what would be the Lions' longest trip? Probably the Rams. Already made that trip, right?
Right.
They went out. Yeah, so that might be from Detroit. I flew from West Coast to Detroit one time. might be a 4 hour, a 3 hour, something like that. It's not 8 hours a long time. I wouldn't fool with the Saints. I would go with the Seahawks. I wouldn't fool with the Saints.
Saints -5, man. I thought they would be a little closer.
They're not going to be able to run the ball. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. On the road, too, it's a stay away spot for me. If I wanted to get involved with this one, if Kamara plays, go with the Saints.
I don't know if Kamara's going to be able to save. I mean, like, they're doing with Geno Smith, and you saw a little bit last year. They didn't let him throw a lot. But I guess you look at Russell Wilson's pass attempts last year were not high either. Yeah. But it was precise.
Maybe they knew.
Throws. Right? Yo, maybe they did.
Yeah. Can you imagine Pete Carroll got all them picks out of the Broncos for damaged goods? I know the Walmart people mad, bro. They got to raise.
It's Antonio Brown. It's kind of like Antonio Brown, you know, like. But I mean, no, I mean like it's it's the picks. You know what I mean? Like the Raiders just threw picks.
Yeah, no, you're right.
At Pittsburgh for him, and they're gone after a preseason, basically. Man, imagine if they still had Antonio Brown. Imagine if the Raiders still had Antonio Brown.
They
wouldn't have gotten Devontae Adams.
They might have still tried. Well, yeah, they would have had to, because you still got to pay Antonio Brown.
And they had, I mean, Henry Ruggs never became anything, and he's like,
have a chance to.
Dirty, horrible thing, but like,
yeah,
they've had some bad luck.
They have. They having bad luck this year because it's not working out the way they thought they would after a month. But it's still time. I would be patient on the Raiders. I would play them with the hook this week too at 7.5. I wouldn't play them at 7 or 6.5 though.
I think I'd go Seahawks just money line, man. Seahawks going to win this game. Maybe I'll tease it up to like 7. I got to look at that.
That's not bad, Nando. That's not bad for the Seahawks to win the game.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
3.
I can see it happening. I just worry about the Seahawks back-to-back weeks on the road. And I worry about Geno in that environment.
Yeah.
Because the Saints are going to play good defense. Yeah. And they're not going to let Seahawks run the football all over them. Right. So that could be problematic.
Houston Texans to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's -7. This one seems okay to me. I'm fine. 43.5 is the over-under. I'm cool with that. Like, there's no buzzy player being picked up or talked about or dropped on this team. A lot of people are just Trevor Lawrence is maturing into, the flower petal is opening.
I would go Pierce. I would play Pierce in Jock Market this weekend.
Yeah.
I'd put a couple Pierce shares. I think Houston can win this game outright. Houston is 8-0 in their last 8 meetings versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Houston owns Jacksonville, and nobody talks about it.
There's a Lovie Smith, Pep Hamilton team. I think because who's paying attention to the Houston Jacksonville games over the last 4 years?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's paying attention, but Houston dominates them.
Tennessee, Washington,
a different Jacksonville team. They've won a couple games, but they're not. We're not at a point in the season where we're going to lay 7 points with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Fair. Even if they're home?
Even if they're home. They
still have that pool in the end zone, or they have to there's like a COVID closure thing they had to do?
They probably had to get rid of that.
But they close it down, or they get rid fill it in with cement.
I forgot they had a pool in the end zone.
Yeah, I will never forget that.
You ever been to Jacksonville?
I drove through it when I was moving.
Okay.
Tony Sincata lives in Jacksonville. We should call him.
Yeah, he does.
We should get him on the show with Chris Vaccaro.
Well, that's a hell of a tandem.
Titans Commanders. I don't think we're gonna get through all these games, but whatever.
But
I want to take a break and blow through it. Let's blow through the break.
We got to take a break, right?
Yeah, we got a break. Let's blow through the break. Jared can break in a minute. All right, let's take a break. One more. Let's do this Titans Commanders game.
I like Washington. I know it's crazy. It sounds crazy. I like Washington.
It's not that crazy. It's -2.5. It's not like a 7-point line.
It's dropping. It might be picking by Sunday morning. Somebody's steaming Washington right now. Now, mind you, Washington got steamed last week too, but that line didn't move. Last week, I believe that steam last week was a pump fake to hold that line at 3. So so they can come back and hit the other side with the Cowboys. This week, this is happening during the week. So I think you got some sharps betting into this during the week. That number is dropping. This is an excellent fade to public spot. The public all over Tennessee this week. Yet that number is steady ticking down towards Washington. I could see the Commanders pulling off the upset this week and knocking off the Tennessee Titans. I love him at 3.5. You're not gonna get that no more.
I still feel like
maybe Commanders on the money line. Definitely Carson Wentz. Definitely Antonio Gibson on Jock Market. And then I would put some Jock Market money on McLaurin, Scary Terry as well, and maybe the rookie. Because if they're going to do it, they're going to do it offensively.
These are two very uneven teams, I think.
I agree.
Hard to nail down. Like the Titans just handed off to Derrick Henry 28 times, throw it to him 5 times, and that's how you win. So can Washington take him away? I don't know. Maybe, possibly.
They're going to have to give this fan base something.
Yeah.
This very well could make this very well. Ron Rivera. Hey, it's time to make a number 2 or get off the toilet. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get that done. So I need to see something from the Commanders, because if not, then come on now. What are we going to do? You're going to keep putting the people paying all that money to come out to that big decrepit stadium, paying for parking, hot dogs, beer, burgers, tickets, and you putting a terrible product on the field every week. It don't make no sense. But for 2 decades now, come on, let's put it together. You got to take a stand right here. The Commanders, Commanders money line this week for the people.
This is the week they're going to pick it. Just a who cares game against Tennessee. This is the Braveheart speech for the game against the Titans.
Exactly. It's home in front of your home fans against a Titans team that's not the same for the past couple years. Why not stop the run, play defense, and Carson Wentz don't turn the football over, and don't make all the penalties. They almost had 20 yards in penalties last week.
That was crazy.
I just got a text message from somebody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read the exact message to you. I don't blank with Russell Wilson, but the audacity of these people is wild. So there you go. It's not just us.
It sounds like someone we know.
It is someone you know. Someone who's been on this show.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we got a question from A. Ross. He's got pits. He's a Pitts. I don't know.
This is a Goon Squad number right here from back in the day.
Is it?
Pitts owner, Cooper Kupp also. Do you like Higbee, Everett, or Njoku? I would go with Everett. Everett been getting it done.
Everett has. Njoku actually seems like this could be pulling the rug out from under us, but it seems like he's also blossoming. He's Trevor Lawrence blossoming into what we thought he might be. I think
all of these dudes right here will give you about the same.
Yeah. Higbee seems a little like I feel like for Higbee, if he goes down, that's when Allen Robinson might have a shot at being good again. Like I feel like all the Allen Robinson stuff is going to Higbee. Because he has Kupp, I guess he's asking, do you want to start Kupp and Higbee? So that takes Higbee off for me. So for me, it's between Everett and Njoku. And I don't know. For me, it's Brissett, who's the difference maker and why Njoku's doing all right this year now. Like Baker Mayfield maybe just, was not very consistent in looking at him. He was KJ Hamlering him.
He was too busy getting the passes knocked down.
Yeah, right.
I would go Everett, though. Everett's been pretty solid this year. I would go Everett.
By the way, Chris Vaccaro's complained about this before, and he's right. And so he hates it, but I like it. There are so many 1:00 games. There's 1:405, 1:420, 2 425s.
Yo, I do the Better Zone on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why is all the games at 1:00, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, my throat is on fire come 5:00 on Sunday. And it's because there's so many games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy. And then I get a chance to put my feet up, drink my beer, and I'm watching I'm watching the Raiders and the Broncos every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
it.
like, come on.
And you got to watch the whole
this.
They don't even switch, let's we're gonna stick with this game because absolutely nothing else is
going
on.
Exactly. And that's another thing. By the time I get to the TV, the red zone is shot. You know what I'm saying? Chris Hansen sitting down, you know what I mean? And took his tie off. Look at the 4:00 block this week. San Francisco and Carolina. Carolina is a god-awful football team.
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a good game if they put PJ Walker in. That's gonna be that's a good game if you put PJ Walker in that game.
Philadelphia and Arizona. Philadelphia is going to destroy Arizona. Oh, now, wait a minute now. 4:25 this Sunday. The good Lord opened up the skies and said, let there be a football team in the state of Texas, in the city of Dallas, owned by the great Jerry Jones, a football team with a star on their helmet that represents America, that represents the greatness of America. As a matter of fact, we'll call that team's America's team. They're in the City of Angels this week, so that makes it okay. But the rest of the 4 o'clock slate, terrible. And then, but listen, we got a good one at night. We got the game of the week. It's football night in America with the Bengals and the Ravens. And I got a handicap on that. I'll share it on the other side.
Oh, you want us to take a break? We said we could blow through it if we wanted to. No, let's take the break. You want it?
I kind of want to
take
it.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I don't want soda.
You could drink it on air. I don't think anyone would mind.
Probably not, but whatever.
Jock Market offers live daily markets for sports to let you buy and sell shares of athletes in real time with other users, all for real money. Each share has a guaranteed payout at the end of the night. Download now using promo code FRIENDS to receive 100% deposit match up to $100. Your first market will also be risk-free with losses refunded up to $100. Download the Jock Market app now using promo code FRIENDS. Of course, we urge you to do that after you download the Bettor Sports app. So get them both. You got plenty of screens you could swipe over for apps. We take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Bettor Sports Network is sponsored by Jock Market.
Pat Mayo of the Mayo Media Network is here.
What up, Pat?
You guys doing Jock Market now? Jock Market's fun.
Tell us a little bit about Jock Market. I mean, it seems like it's only in game, right? You can't do anything like right now. You got to wait until the game starts, right?
We have to wait for the IPOs to come out. Once the IPOs are dropped, you don't have to trade in game. Once the prices are dropped, let's say for the weekend slate or even for the Thursday night slate, they might be out right now. I haven't checked. You can kind of get in on a price, and if you see, I don't know, for the Thursday night game, let's say Alec Pierce is way too cheap, or at least you perceive him to be way too cheap. He's like, $2 or something like that. And you're like, I think Michael Pittman is going to be on Patrick Surtain. That's not going to be good news. Denver, pretty good against tight ends. So that throws out Jelani Woods, and that throws out Mo Alley-Cox and Kyle Granson. So now we're just taking guys off the Colts. Like, what are we doing here? Who can we buy on this team? Well, Paris Campbell sucks. Alec Pierce, maybe he's the guy. So within the context of that one game, you buy him for $2. He might be the highest performer of that game. Return like $10 a share. You make $5 extra money. So, but later on in the week, if everyone has the same idea as me before the game actually kicks off, and everyone is just buying up Alec Pierce shares, well, all of a sudden he could be $7 a share, and you probably don't want to buy it at that point. So if you can beat the market in on these IPO prices, you can cash in big.
So that's basically the key to it, is beating the market, trying to hop in there as soon as the IPO opens. Are you building a lineup, or are you buying shares of a particular player or players?
Players, just build a portfolio. You want to bet, it's just like playing the stock market. I can just go buy Pepsi Cola stock all I want. That can be the only stock that I buy. Maybe better to diversify in case that you're wrong on some of these things. So yeah, you can play as much or as little as you want.
Okay, so I think the part that's a little bit confusing to me is like when the IPOs open and when to go in and buy and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can go in at any time to go buy, because let's say we don't know if Michael Thomas is playing this week, for example. So no one's going to buy Michael Thomas shares. So when the IPO drops, if he's still sort of questionable or we don't know if he's going to play, no one's going to buy those. His stock is going to go down before the game starts. So if you're like, I actually kind of like Michael Thomas if he plays, well, you just wait until Sunday morning right before kickoff and just buy all the Michael Thomas shares if he's active. And then you get him for 50 cents instead of $2, which he probably is at opening.
So we're not buying per season. We're buying per game.
Per game. And they have a month-long contest as well, where you can do that to see how it does over the course of the next month. But for every slate, so Monday night, Thursday night, London games, main slate, late slate, Sunday night football, there are brand new markets that you can get into. So if you miss one, no big deal. You can get it on the next one.
Love it.
I'm ready for it now. Basketball season is going to be lit.
Corey Nando and Friends is sponsored by Jock Market. Make real money every hour, every minute, every second of every game.
Welcome back. It's the Corey and Nando Experience, presented by Mayo Media, sponsored by Jock Market. Shout out to Jock Market. I don't know the exact inner workings of this, but I think they're bouncing to another show next week. But we're still gonna play. I mean, I got money in there.
Down.
So, we'll still,
I made $40 last night.
Yeah, we'll be playing for a little while. We'll see.
With Mike Boone, and I'm going back this weekend for the Commanders.
You know, I'm completely off target here, but off base here, off the tracks, whatever you want to call it. I did Dapper. I played Top Shot for a little while. I got like 3 or 4 Top Shots. A couple women's cards. I got a Brittany Griner dunk. And I got this Asia Wilson, you know, if you were signed up to get WNBA cards, they sent you an Asia Wilson card a long time ago. And I sold it for like $200. And so I go to take my
Asia Wilson, the card or the Top Shot?
The Top Shot.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. To me, they're just still cards. My Asia Wilson moment. So I go to take, I cash out. I'm like, all right, I got my $200, whatever. Feels good. And it's like, take a picture of your license, give us your social security number. I'm like,
dude, you didn't do all of that?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to do. So now I've just have $200 sitting in the ether.
No, you got to go get that money now. No, it don't take long to do that. When I first got on top,
I'm not going to give my license to Dapper Labs. Are you going to get everything?
No. Let me tell you, I had a hell of a run with Top Shot.
I'm sure you did. Actually, I'm sure you did. You got an eye for this stuff.
Yeah. I saw it. I was able to. I know the NBA to know the players that are going to pop, right?
Yeah.
So I never put a dime in Dapper, and when I finally did cash out, it was over $3,000.
Really?
Yeah, because
good for you, man.
I was able to get the packs. Yep. I was always able to get a good number and get the packs.
Yep.
I got into it early. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got into it early. I was always able to get the packs, and then they said when I got in, they said that it's a process. Upload your ID, this, that, and the third. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks, and then you have withdrawal capability. So I wanted to make sure I had the capability to withdraw. So but I got a Ja Morant. I got some kind of funky Ja Morant one that I sold for like $1,100, like right away.
All right,
and then after that, I was like, I kind of just learned it, buying stuff, flipping it, and stuff like that.
That's like 100.
That thing is nothing. That thing is nothing now, though.
I know.
Nothing.
Well, I mean, the fervor's died down. Like cards, I think are going to stick around.
The Top Shot thing was. I'm surprised that I'm talking about. That was the talk for a month, and now it's a donut. It's nothing. I couldn't even tell you my login right now for Top Shot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe let me take that $200 out. Just put in my PayPal, like everywhere else in the entire world.
I know. But they want that. They want that because they are trying to prevent people from having multiple accounts.
Makes sense, but
because that's how the bots was able to get in there. Because the bots was getting a lot of that stuff at first.
Gotcha. All right, so I guess I applaud them for that, but I'm not giving Dapper Labs my social security number.
I feel you, but you want that $200. I try to get that money, but
why don't you put one of your crappy cards on sale for $200 and I will buy it from you?
Yeah. No, you can send me the card. I'll sell it.
Card
and then
sold.
I'll send you the money.
The $200 just sit in my account.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Oh well.
You remember what play it was?
It was Asia Wilson. It was like the first WNBA card ever issued.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it held its value. Like you didn't have to buy. I think you could buy it after. Like they gave it to me. Like they put. You had to get an Asia Wilson card. And you had to somehow like request one, or they would drop it to you randomly. And if you had that Asia Wilson card, then you could buy the WNBA pack. And so I did that. I bought the pack. I got nobody. And then I went out and I bought a Brittany Griner dunk for like $30. I'm like, this is the only dunk moment. It's got to be worth something at some point. And then it just kind of like, I guess WNBA fervor wasn't there, but I wonder how much that's worth.
It might have been. I said it might have been nice to have that Brittany Griner now.
I don't know, man. Maybe it would be cool if Top Shot was like, let's do a fundraiser and like sell a bunch of Brittany Griner Top Shots.
That would be cool. Her wife was on TV recently. It's a sad story, man. Her wife was like, she think that she gonna get left there.
That's
scary, bro.
If you've been sitting there all by yourself in a Russian prison, wouldn't you? Like these days turn into months, into years, and you're like, hey, everybody, I'm for USA basketball. Right, I do a lot for my country. This is. But you got
to be careful when you go to different countries. You got to follow their rules. You know what I'm saying?
Especially Brittany Griner, especially like a 7-foot woman.
Yeah, you can't. We've seen her before. Remember?
Yeah, dude. I bet her. Yeah,
exactly.
Handshake Hall of Famer, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Yeah, you're right. She's and what's her little homegirl name?
Diana Taurasi. They were outside the restaurant.
Yeah, that's right.
They were staying at the hotel.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I think you know what it was. Maria Marino we were doing WNBA hits upstairs.
That's right.
Like, Maria, I think like if you run downstairs right now, like, we'll put this recording on
Brittany
pause.
Griner down there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely Diana Taurasi. That might be Brittany Griner. And yeah, there was. And I think Maria's got a picture with him somewhere.
There you go. Handshake.
Good old Maria Marino. Yeah. But that would be cool if Top Shot or someone was like, "Hey, look, we're going to print these limited edition Brittany Griners. $50. All the money's going to go to like her wife or something."
That would be a good idea. They should do that.
I wonder why they haven't. Anyway, more games. I still can't cash out on this parlay. I'm not going to. I just want to know has it gone up from $5 to $7.25?
It'd be nice if the Phillies scored a run.
Yeah, we'll be rooting for that for you. I'm sure Ronis and Fensty will. Fensty and Ronis coming up next, brought to you by fantasyalarm.com. They're 5 to 7. They're good dudes. I was DMing with Fensty a little bit. I'm not even you actually might own one. I don't check DMs as much as I should. Phillies are up in the top of the 9th. Let's see what happens as we go to, I don't want to talk about Bears Vikings, but I know it's your guy at quarterback. So I assume we're just going to dump all our money on the Vikings, right? Minus 7.5.
Yeah, I'm to the point now where I'm laying the number with the Vikings. This is me and Kirk Cousins moment right here.
I really am going to go
moving up. The numbers
8,
moving
19,
up.
33, 13, and bouncy ball 4, I guess.
I kind of feel like putting a Vikings, maybe a Vikings Browns, maybe like a Vikings 49ers money line parlay, if that can get you to even money. Maybe that's the way to go.
Do Vikings Commanders, man. Do the Kirk Cousins parlay.
That's a risky one right there, Nando.
That's why you parlay it.
Yeah, you're right. But man, because you lay now, they actually lay a hook with the Vikings now at 7.5.
Yeah. I'm pulling these odds today are off the score. I'm pulling them off the score.
Okay.
Because I've discovered the Score app is like the cleanest thing in the world. And so I'm just going to use their odds.
They've been around for a long time, and they've been doing this. They've been into betting for a long time before a lot of the American companies.
I bet you Jay Lynn worked for the Score.
Maybe
our
so.
Canadian research manager.
That's how he know everything.
Yeah. Yes. The Score in Wikipedia, and he probably watched Real World 11.
With Kyle Brandt doing the gritty.
Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo, nicest guy ever, man. He massaged my back once.
Yeah.
Jim Walker, a horrible person.
Can you imagine, though, Russell Wilson and Sierra walk past me like they was Jay-Z and Beyonce. Who the hell are you? The dude from Real World 11? I couldn't believe he would say something like that.
But I mean, I'd like more context.
He worked for Sirius XM and TSN.
Oh, did he?
He was our co-worker.
Oh, Jay Lynn, not Kyle Brandt.
No, not Kyle Brandt.
Yeah. I wonder if they're doing that to everybody.
See them hiring Kyle Brandt. I can totally see that.
I can see that.
Mad Dog Radio, Kyle Brandt. And
weekdays at 1.
And Dave Diassi.
Weekdays from 1 to 3.
David Deal and Kyle Brandt.
Yeah, John O'Hara every Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Mad Dog Radio show right there.
We'll make it happen. Man. So I like we know what you're gonna say about Cowboys Rams. How about 49ers Panthers?
Actually, this is a live bet spot for me. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a live bet spot for me. The Rams have dominated the Cowboys the past couple years, and they do it by running the football. So, in the first half, if the Rams are running the football successfully against Dallas in the first half, in the second half, Dallas is going to quit, and the Rams are going to blow them out. If the Rams can't run the ball against Dallas will win the game. Halftime. Bet this game at halftime.
Have you done any micro betting yet?
That next play bet, you can't do that offshore.
Jake Paul stuff.
No, he has an app for that. I don't have I'm in South Carolina. I'm offshore, so and a matter of fact,
micro bets?
I got a parlay ticket over here too. But the dude, it's like the dude that come pick him up at, I hope the cop's not listening. Come pick him up at 5:30. So I gotta try to change my clothes, because it's hot outside today. And then get to the spit out, you know what I'm saying, and turn it in before the guy leaves.
Hey, you know what? Today's Friday. What do you do? What's your Friday, man? You're just gonna.
I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna go back there to the spit out, turn the football card, and try to catch him. Me and my pops can go to Walmart. We got a do-it-yourself project we're working on this week. Homecoming, South Carolina State homecoming is next week, so there's gonna be a lot of people in town.
You got to remind us. We're all gonna bet on South Carolina State.
Definitely, we're gonna do that for next week. Yep,
we got to do that.
And then so what I want to do, because I have so many people gonna be in town, because like the hotels in Orangeburg get sold out. So like I'm like 20 minutes away. So Boogie, you know what I'm saying? A couple of other homeboys, family members, like, oh, can we crash at the crib? I'm like, sure. But then Jaden's mother was like, oh, can I stay? I'm like, whoa. we don't go back.
We don't have enough room.
Yeah, so I'm a paint my front porch. So I got a DIY project this weekend. So you catch me tomorrow morning.
What color?
10 to 12 on
red,
homecoming. I'm painting on it's white and black. It's simple. White and black.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not as much fun.
Yes. It's a DIY project. You know what I'm saying? Get out there.
But you can buy a different color of paint.
You think I should jazz it up, Nando?
Yeah, make it pop a little bit, man. You'd be the house with the bright red fence. Or the bright red patio.
Know, right? Yeah.
Porch. All right. Well, you don't have to. Why draw attention?
You got any weekend plans?
No, I might go to the Man's. I might go to the Track or Treat at the Meadowlands. Check that out.
Okay.
They got a pumpkin patch. They got games. They got rides.
That's a family event, right? You're taking the whole crew.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have adult stuff for after dark. But obviously,
nice.
Be long gone by then.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen those guys in a while.
Anything tonight? Anything worth talking about tonight?
No, man. Unless you like feeding children.
I've been there.
Passing out at 8:30. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Somebody called me this morning and was like, "Can you come to my game tomorrow?" I'm like, "Well, can you at least give me 3 or 4 days notice?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just get up and get to Charleston and get on the airplane tonight. You know, I could, but I got to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
You just said you won $1,300 on air.
I know, right? But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line of the matter is, Kennedy, baby, give me some more time, and I'll be happy to come. To watch you cheerlead.
Right.
I need more time, though, Nando. You can't tell me that morning before.
I understand that. Yeah, that's rough. Looks like Jared's going to the cigar bar tonight to watch the Mets. Nice. That's I don't know. Like
that's going to be nice.
You know what? I've been to a few cigars. I like cigar bars. I have a cigar like once every 6 months. The problem is this always smells like a cigar. From where you're holding the cigar, and then I can never get the taste out of my mouth.
And I don't like cigars. You know what I'm saying? No, I stopped smoking tobacco about 2 years ago, so I'm tobacco free, thank God. But I don't like that smell. That smell is real strong and it stays in your clothes for a long time.
Yeah.
Good weekend, everybody. Don't forget this weekend homecoming. 10 o'clock Saturday morning, me and Tom Casale, and then the Bettor Zone with a very special guest this weekend on the Bettor Zone. You're going to love it.
Really? Who is it?
If you know, who else would be the only rightful person to join myself and Adam Ronis? Don't say no names.
That's good. I mean, if that's what I'm thinking of, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Hey everybody, we love you. Thanks for sticking with us another week. Shout out to Jock Market. Use code FRIENDS if you want to check them out during the game times.
Hey, Brock,
have a couple drinks. Try Jock Market.
Good job, Brock.
Brock on YouTube. All right, Brock. I understood what was going on there too.
Yes, Brock,
shout out to Adam and Jared.
Yes.
We gotta go. Enjoy Fenstein, Ronis, and your weekends, and good luck everybody in week 5. We'll see you in week 6.